Namaste and welcome to my yoga channel. My name is Martina and today I have a Yin Yoga session for you for the earth element for the meridians of stomach and spleen. A wonderful sequence for grounding and stability. You will need 2 blocks, a blanket, maybe a bolster, and of course a yoga mat. We start this little session in prone position on your belly in Sphinx pose. Come into your forearms here. If you bring your arms a little further forward like this, it will be a little less intense. You could also bring your hands together so that you can find a comfortable position here. And see how you want to position your legs. It may be a little less intense for you if your legs are a little further apart. But the opposite may also be the case. Just try out what feels better for you. We want to create a nice compression of our lower back and a nice stretch in the front of your body. It should feel really good for your joints, your shoulders. And allow yourself to arrive here for this moment until you have found your most comfortable position. And just let your breath calm down for a moment. Allow your body and mind to gradually relax. Relax more and more, relaxing your back. Allow yourself to immerse yourself a little bit more in this stillness, the stillness of this moment. Stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then slowly come out of the pose. Take your time to find a prone position in your belly again and feel the rebound here. From prone position, we now move into dragon pose. We practice 2 different variations of the dragon. So take 2 blocks and place them on the front of your mat. If you have sensitive knees, you can use a folded blanket, lay it on a mat so that you can support yourself a little bit. And then step your right foot forwards between your hands. You can rest your hands on the blocks or maybe support yourself on your thigh. This will make the back bend a little bit more intense. You could also move the blocks a little bit higher. See what is more comfortable for you today. We want to achieve a nice stretch in the front of the back leg, especially in the hip flexor area. And maybe you also feel a nice stretch in the front of your body, depending on how high up you are. Always make sure that it feels good in your knees. And then allow yourself to settle here for a while in dragon pose. And then switch to the second dragon variation. So place your front foot a little further towards your body so that you now have a smaller angle in your knee. Your heel can be on or off the ground. We have our focus here on stretching the calves. It's a wonderful stretch for the calf, and of course it should also feel good on your knees. If this is not for you, you can of course continue in regular dragon as we did before. And then allow yourself to relax a little bit more, to feel a little bit more into this. Stay here for another 2 or 3 more breaths. And then slowly release and find yourself for a moment in downward dog or alternatively in a tabletop position. And then slowly change sides. Now step your left foot between your hands. You can use your blocks or also place your hands on your thighs again. Make sure that you also find a nice variation of high dragon here on this side, which gives you a nice stretch but also feels good for you. In this pose, we stimulate stomach and spleen in particular in the front of the body. These meridians are connected to the earth element of late summer. And let your breath calm down for a moment. And relax a little bit more here. And then if you like, find yourself an overstepping dragon again, that is this short dragon variation with the knee pointing forward a little bit. Focus here more on the calf of the front leg and allow yourself to arrive here again in a mindful way. Stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then slowly come out of the pose. You can come into downward dog or child's pose right now. We will then meet in child's pose, so you can take a little time to feel the effect of this practice. Then come out of child's pose again and slowly return to a seated position. We now go into Dragonfly pose. So if you like, you can put a blanket on the floor so that you can sit in an elevated position. And then come to a seat and bring your legs into a wide straddle. You can also have your knees slightly bent, or maybe even put your feet up if this is more comfortable for you. And then slowly walk your hands forward, and if it feels good for you, come into a forward fold in Dragonfly. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. You will experience a nice stretch on both inner sides of the legs, and at the same time it feels good in your hips and your legs, your lower back. Try to really melt into the position a little more with each breath, to enjoy that gentle stretch the inside of your legs. Relax into the pose a little bit more with each breath. Stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then slowly release again. Close your legs and relax on your back for a moment. Take this moment to feel the effects of this practice in the supine position. From supine position, we now move into half saddle or even saddle if you prefer. If you have a bolster available, place it across your mat. And I'll do the same with 2 blocks and a blanket as a substitute. That is possible. And then sit down in front of your bolster. You can do whole saddle or hero pose by bending both legs or leaving your left leg stretched out and placing your right foot next to your hip. And then when it feels good for you, slowly lower yourself down onto your bolster, onto the surface. You can have your left leg bent or extended. And if you feel that your left hip is lifted up a bit, and you can also put something underneath you. Make sure it feels good for you, including in your right ankle. You can put a blanket or towel underneath your ankle if you like. If you still need a bit of support for the ankle. And then when you've found a comfortable position, feel into it. You should feel a nice stretch in the front of your body, front of your right thigh, and also in the hip flexor area. You might also feel a nice compression in your lower back. Make sure your knees feel really good here. And let your breath help you to relax a little bit more into this position. Enjoy this relaxation. And stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And slowly come up again, first onto your forearms. Take your time, stretch out your right leg. And then switch to the left side straight away. We will take a little time to relax after the session. You can also keep your right leg bent or stretched out. And see what feels good for you on this side. We're never the same on both sides of the body. It may feel a little bit different on each side. That's completely normal. Allow yourself to settle into this position and allow yourself to relax a little bit more. And stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then slowly come up onto your forearms again. Take your time to come up. Stretch out your left leg. You can either make circles with your ankles or alternately tense and relax your left thigh. And then lie down on your back to feel the effect of the practice. After saddle pose, your joints may feel a little bit weird. This is a sign that something is happening here too. Just allow yourself to feel, to sense it a little bit more. And then slowly find your way out of supine position into the last position for today, into a twist. Put your feet up and move your pelvis a little bit to your right side. And let your knees fall over to your left side. It can also be crossed. If you like, you can look in the alternate direction of your knees so that you can have a nice stretch for your neck. And then see where there might be still tension, perhaps in your lower back, which you can slowly release. Allow your breath to flow freely here and relax a little bit more with each breath. Stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then slowly find your way back to your center and slowly change sides, shifting your pelvis a little bit to the left and letting your knees fall gently to the right side. Here too you can cross your knees or let them rest on top of each other. See what feels good for you. And here too, see where there may still be tension. And then allow yourself to let go of all tension with each breath and relax a little bit more. stay here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then slowly release again. Perhaps you would like to bring your knees up to your chest for a moment and see what feels good for you now. And then slowly find your way into a supine position for the last, the most important position, the final relaxation. You may also want to keep your feet up or support your knees with a bolster. Make sure you find a position in which you can relax for the next few minutes to feel held, supported by the earth, and let your breath flow gently, freely, and effortlessly again. Perhaps you can imagine that you are still enjoying the warm sun, the warm rays of the sun on such a beautiful late summer's day, soaking up the golden light of the sun, giving yourself strength, peace, and relaxation. And let this light spread all over your body. Let it release any tension that may still be present. Bring in a little more relaxation. And allow yourself to fully arrive at this pleasant feeling of relaxation. And then slowly deepen your breath. Slowly bring some movement into your body. Perhaps you would like to move your fingers, your feet, stretch and lengthen. Maybe you want to draw your knees up to your chest, or maybe even lie on your favorite side of your body for a moment. Slowly find your way back to a seat at your own pace and your own time. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Then give yourself a smile and a thank you for taking this time for this yoga practice. Thank you for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like or comment below, and please also subscribe to my channel. And so thank you again for joining me, and have a wonderful day. See you soon. Namaste.